Warning, this podcast contains themes of extreme violence and murder. Subject matter may be offensive to some listeners. Discretion advised.
Welcome to another episode.
Welcome to... I can't even do it.
Welcome to the Evil Transgression.
I mean, you guys could just do it normal.
We don't want to, Dustin.
Welcome to another episode of Evil Transgression, your homicide headquarters here in podcasting. I'm Josh. And with me as always, Dustin and Rex.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
So I'm still doing my movie theater voice on accident.
I like it.
That's how the entire episode's going to go today.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for people to stop listening to us now.
Well,
they're going to stop listening because you never put the hats up on the store.
They're coming.
Okay.
They're coming.
I hear them hats are coming.
Hats are coming.
They're coming round the bend.
All right. Well, this episode's starting off weird, as always.
We just need a couple more bad reviews so we can talk about it.
Yeah. Because what'd you call that? Evil hate?
Evil haters.
Evil haters. That's right.
It's my new segment at the end of every show. If you talk shit, welcome. Because I'm going to make fun of you.
Nice.
It won't be long till we tank.
Nope.
Hey, we had a good run. We had a good run.
Yeah, 70 episodes.
Right.
This is 70.
Mm-hmm.
That means last one was 69.
Oh.
But this is 70, so that joke's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to laugh anymore either, guys.
Oh, no.
Yo,
We got to be serious.
I got another one at the end of this if you guys want to pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one.
I can't wait.
Yay for us.
I'm going to hand pick them. The best ones get
featured?
Yep.
Yep.
You're going to go back in time?
What?
Some of them?
No, I'm going to go back to this.
We have one that's pretty uncomfortable where the guy gave us the business and then we looked into what this dude really was and was like, okay, creep.
I don't remember this one.
Oh, I don't think we want to talk about it on the episode.
Okay. You have to tell me afterwards.
I always tell you that and I never tell you. There's always something I say in an episode and I'm like, oh, I'll tell you later. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you can tell me. Then I never do.
It never happens.
I will, though. Yeah, so what's up?
Nothing, just ready to listen to a story. You want to dive right into this?
I mean, some of us just like to get down to the business. Huh?
Like Dustin's over there all bobbing his head back and forth with this serious look, and I can't take you serious.
Hey, they came here to hear stories, not hear us giggle.
I'm telling the stories.
Well, I like to
I'm
giggle.
telling the stories.
Yeah. You do what you want.
We have to be real serious. Today, we're going to discuss Anita Cobby.
Good deal.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us. No. All right. Are you guys ready, or are you just...
Yeah. We might as well get into it.
I'm ready for a nap.
I'm ready for some lunch.
Tell the story first.
I'd rather have a ham sandwich.
Ooh, with mayonnaise and mustard.
A grilled ham and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds delicious.
What about grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? You ever had those?
No.
They're really good. You should go home and try one.
Like, do you put butter on the outside of the bread like you do grilled cheese?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it doesn't like stick to the pan. But yeah, I mean, you just put peanut butter and jelly and fry it up.
You just throw it in there, just freaking bare. Like, come on, use that brain of yours.
Well, I've never thought about putting butter on my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but
it's not on it; it's on the outside.
Oh yeah,
it's not a whole lot.
It means water's not wet, right?
And it's just enough so it's not going to stick to the pan.
Yeah,
it's moist.
I've had like fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Ooh.
Like where they deep fry it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Dustin's never had
Dustin's
this,
like, shut up, I'm so hungry. All right. We'll get back to serious, Dustin. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Dustin.
There goes 3 more reviews. We're going to be in trouble. So today's episode, we discuss a pretty heinous crime that involves not 1, but 5 horrible monsters.
Ooh.
We're also taking a trip down under for this case.
Down under.
But we need to thank somebody.
We
Dustin.
do.
Who do we need to thank, Dustin?
Dylan.
Dylan suggested this story.
Oh, thanks, Dylan.
Been a while since we did a listener suggestion.
Right.
And we get them. So everybody don't be mad at one time like that has sent in a story that we haven't done yet. They're just...
We do look into everybody's story. Just sometimes they don't have enough information for us to cover it. So...
And we get sent some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of,
Then we get sent something where we look it up and it doesn't exist.
yeah, we may have had one or two of those. It's like,
we look everywhere and it's like,
that person never lived.
No, that person's not real.
Fake. So, but I say, buckle up, evil mob, as we discuss Anita Cobby. Anita Cobby was born Anita Lorraine Lynch on November 2nd, 1959, to parents Gary Bernard Lynch, who was a member of the Royal Australian Air Force, and mother Grace Peggy Lynch, who was a nurse. Anita was very involved in beauty pageants when she was in her teens and even won Miss Western Suburbs pageant in 1979. That is one hell of a name of a pageant.
Yeah.
The Miss Western Suburbs pageant winner goes to Anita Cobby. Don't laugh.
They don't talk like that, but
It was so bad.
I'm just wondering if
That's just how I felt.
I'm curious if that's a big thing down there.
What, the Miss
pageant?
Western
Yeah.
Suburbs pageant?
Yeah, like I don't know
It's
if
a
that's
beauty
big-
pageant.
Well, I'm sure.
and
But
this
you
is a teenage pageant.
Right, but you know how here we have like, oh my god, she's the winner of the Miss Zucchini Festival. Like, cool. There's like 13 people.
Yeah.
That's like, I wonder if that's a big thing. I don't know. I haven't.
Maybe. You have to look it up.
We'll have to ask our Australian listeners to let us know.
Yeah.
Dylan knows. I feel like Dylan knows the answer to this, so he's gonna.
Dylan's
Oh,
not
yeah,
from
good point.
Australia.
He's gonna let us know.
But from all accounts, Anita probably could have had a career in modeling, and she was a very pretty girl. But instead, Anita decided she would follow in her mother's footsteps and become a nurse. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's good.
No knocks on models, but nursing is a very valuable asset to us.
Right.
Yes.
We need nurses. Nurses, and if nurses are listening, and I know one that does listen,
Uh-huh.
you guys are awesome.
Yep.
Just wanted to do a quick little shout out there. Nurses. Hey, nurses, doctors, those people are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anita got her nursing degree from Sydney Hospital. Also, while studying for her nursing degree, she met John Cobby, and the two would marry on March 27th, 1982. After 4 years of marriage, Anita and John were going through a rough patch, like most couples do, and Anita decided it would be best if she went and lived with her parents for a while. On February 2nd, 1986, Anita finished her shift at Sydney Hospital at 3 p.m. Now, Anita worked in Sydney, but lived in Blacktown, which is about a 40-minute drive. So after finishing her shift, she was going to meet up with some friends for dinner before taking the train back to Blacktown where she lived. After dinner, Anita said goodbye to her friends and caught the train back home. Usually, Anita's father would come get her from the train station every night, but on this night, when she arrived at the train station, she found that the phones were not working and there were no taxis to take her home. Crap.
That's
Yeah.
got to be an awful feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking later in the evening now too, so
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely not good.
but yeah, you feel abandoned. You get there, no taxis, no phone. You're like, looks like I'm gonna have to walk. So that's really the only choice she had. she decides to walk home. At around 10 p.m., Anita was walking down Newton Road in Blacktown when a car with 5 men stopped alongside her in a stolen HT Holden Kingswood. I don't know what kind of car that is, but it sounds terrible.
What is it? Anybody know?
I have no idea.
I've never heard of that.
It's
it's obviously just something down there.
This is my HT Holden
Kingswood. Banging out in my Kingswood. Top of the morning. Too.
That's not even close.
Put another shrimp on the barbie. Out of nowhere, 2 men leapt from the car and grabbed Anita and threw her in the vehicle. At this time, there was a mother and her 2 children that witnessed Anita being kidnapped and forced into the vehicle. A 13-year-old boy that saw everything happen took off running to try and help Anita, but the car drove off before he could get to it. Now imagine that, a 13-year-old boy risking it all to save a woman he didn't even know.
Yeah, that's pretty brave.
That's pretty ballsy.
It takes some courage, if you ask me.
Oh, for sure.
After failing to save Anita, the 13-year-old boy ran home and called the police to tell them about the abduction that just occurred. Again, give this 13-year-old boy props.
Oh, yeah.
13 years old, you see that happen, there's some pretty immature 13-year-olds. Well, I tried.
Nowadays, they'd be like, I got my phone out.
Oh, look, I'm going to show my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kid runs home and calls the cops after trying to help. So, props to him.
Yep.
While waiting for the police, the neighbors of the 13-year-old boy pulled up and the boy told them everything about what he saw. So the neighbor and his girlfriend grabbed a spotlight and drove around trying to find the car. There must be some pretty good people down under.
Yeah, sounds like it.
That stuff doesn't happen around here.
No.
That happened? All right. Well, have a good day.
Yeah.
Legit, these people are good people.
Uh-huh.
I know. A short time into their search, they came across an HT Holden parked out by a field. While shining the spotlight out into the field and finding nothing, the neighbor thought that he had found the wrong car. But little did he know, the 5 men and Anita were laying down in the field waiting for the man to leave.
Oh, wow.
Once the neighbor was gone, the 5 men forced Anita back into the car, where they told her to strip off all her clothes. Anita refused, and it angered the men, and one of them punched her in the face multiple times, breaking her nose and both cheekbones.
Wow.
It's awful.
Anita begged the men to let her go by telling them she was married and that she was menstruating in hopes that they would just let her go. After assaulting her, the men forced her to perform oral sex on all 5 of them. The 5 men then drove to a gas station where they fueled up using Anita's money that they had taken from her purse. After getting gas, the men drove to a secluded area off of Reen Road. Once there, the men held her down in the car while each of them raped her and beat her. When they were done, they dragged Anita's body through barbed wire and brush and continued beating and sexually assaulting her. Now, these 5 guys are a real piece of work.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
There I am again with that. It was a real piece of work.
Piece of work.
Yeah, these dudes piss me off. So.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to stop right here and do things a little different. I'm going to name each and every one of these pieces of shit and give you a little background on what we're dealing with. John Travers. John was considered the ringleader of this thing they called a gang. He was the oldest of 8 kids and born to teenage parents. He was a complete screw-up in school and was kicked out in his sophomore year. By age 14, he was an alcoholic. John was in and out of juvenile detention and had a history of violent sexual behavior and bestiality.
Wow.
It even said he bought a sheep and slit the throat while he sodomized it.
That is disgusting.
Is that not awful?
Yeah, that is crazy.
John Travers is a sheep fucker. Michael Murdock. Michael was a childhood friend of John's. Not much is known about him other than he spent most of his childhood in juvenile prisons. The last 3 are brothers. Michael, Gary, and Les Murphy. Michael Murphy was the oldest. Not much of a criminal history is known about him. Gary Murphy was known for having an interest in cars and was arrested numerous times on car theft charges. He was also known for having a violent temper. Les Murphy was the youngest of the brothers. Les was the brother with the worst temper of them all and was also arrested on theft charges. So all 5 of them have previous run-ins with the law. After the men were done beating and sexually assaulting Anita for good, John Travers convinced the rest of the guys that they couldn't leave her alive because she would be able to identify them by name and by seeing their faces. The other 4 were on board with John and urged him to kill her. John Travers then slit Anita's throat, almost cutting her head completely off.
Wow.
The very next day, when Anita didn't return home, her parents initially thought she had just stayed overnight with a friend. But when she failed to show up for work, they filed a missing persons report.
Can you imagine the force it takes to almost cut somebody's head off?
That's terrible.
I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Awful.
Very, very awful. And you'd never... I mean, I couldn't even imagine that to a family member or something like that.
Right.
It's just,
Right.
Thanks.
I
Now
just-
I'm mad.
I just
Now
hope
I'm real mad.
I just hope these guys get what's coming to them.
I hope they get it.
Yeah,
I shall find out.
we will.
I guess we will. On February 4th, the naked body of Anita Cobby was found by a farmer after noticing his cows were fixated on something in the field. Anita was identified by her wedding ring, and her husband was initially a suspect, but was quickly cleared. That is also devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Not only did you lose your wife, now they think you did it.
Yeah.
That'd be awful.
I mean, and I'm sure it's probably just like procedure. Like when you have nothing to go on,
Right.
the first suspect, they always have to clear the husband, it seems like. I mean,
Yeah. But didn't they already, because of the 13-year-old boy, knew what car to look for?
Yeah, but they didn't know the people.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he could have.
that's a good point, Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or the husband could have hired somebody, you know.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
or maybe they didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Like they didn't know
Right.
that Anita Cobby was the one that was forced into the car. Because
Yeah.
the boy wouldn't know who she is.
Yep, true.
That's still rough, though.
Oh,
To
yeah.
lose your wife and then be convicted of killing her.
Suspected.
Suspected, yeah.
Right.
I said convicted. You knew what I meant.
Right.
The police did everything they could to try and get some leads on the case. They even retraced Anita's footsteps on the night she disappeared and riding the train while showing passengers pictures of her to try and refresh their memory. On February 21st, following a tip from a police informant, John Travers and Michael Murdock were arrested at John Travers' uncle's house. Les Murphy was arrested at the home of John Travers. While in custody, John Travers was set up in the best way possible. They flipped his aunt around and got her to wear a wire while visiting with him. At that point, John admitted to everything that had happened. So he used his own aunt
Wow.
to basically pin him to the wall.
Good.
22 days after the murder, all 5 men were in custody. On March 16th, 1987, all 5 men were found guilty and given life in prison
It's too easy of a sentence.
for what they did to her. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's a brutal case.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Figure, man, she went through some stuff. There.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact time, you know,
Of how long? Yeah.
everything happened, but
Well, I mean, you raped her repeatedly. You raped her before going to the gas station, then going out into the field, raping her,
Right.
and then taking her, raping her in the car, then taking her in the field, beating her, and raping her.
right.
That's That's rough.
Yeah, pisses me off.
Currently, John Travers is housed at the Wellington Correctional Center and is still on maximum security. Michael Murdock is housed at the Lithgow Correction Center. Michael Murphy, the oldest of the brothers, was housed at the Long Bay Correctional Complex until he passed away from cancer in February of 2019.
Oh, I hope that was a slow death.
He was 66 years old. I'm sure there were 0 tears shed at his death. Gary Murphy was also housed at the Long Bay Correctional Complex until June of 2019, when he was beaten by fellow inmates in the shower and was in critical condition.
Nice.
Gary is currently being held at the Goulburn Correctional Facility. Les Murphy, the youngest brother, is housed at the Goulburn Correctional Facility in maximum security. To this day, there is a park in Blacktown that is named the Anita Cobby Reserve. That, folks, is the heinous murder of Anita Cobby, and again, shout out to Dylan for suggesting this brutal story.
I just hope that they all got a few beatings from other inmates over the years.
A little bit of prison justice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best kind.
Right.
You think prison justice is the best kind of justice?
Yes. Because they get them.
Yeah, but then you're rooting for... I mean, the guy's in prison for a reason. Then you're rooting for, like, another bad guy. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some, like...
Yeah. Well,
some of these... Like, the worst thing that prison inmates hate is violence towards children.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And there's a lot of times that they go in and those people get what's coming to them.
Oh, yeah.
That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful. And there's some newer cases coming up here, locally for us, where parents have done things to their kids and they got some justice coming to them.
Yes, they do.
But so many times, though, nowadays, they're put in prison, and there is no chance at prison justice because they'll keep them freaking confined from people.
right.
Yeah, because they got that one guy in maximum, right? So he's probably by himself in a cell.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But I was watching a show on Amazon about prison, like death row.
Uh-huh.
And over in Indiana, you're on death row, they have like a time where you can get out, like all the death row inmates get out like 4 hours a day.
Oh, really?
And they all mingle and stuff together. Well, there's one dude that killed a 4-year-old girl that he's not allowed out. Because they told him, if you let him out, we're going to kill him.
Oh, okay.
So they won't let him out.
I know some of them you only get like...
You gotta let him out.
Oops,
Oops, we forgot to lock the door.
I mean, some place you only get like an hour a day when you're in maximum.
I'm telling you, I couldn't be in charge of making rules or punishments. Because we'd have some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think you should have 100% absolute certainty on convicting somebody and putting them through like a death penalty or something like that, or a punishment, capital punishment. But if you've got freaking 100% positive identity that this person did this,
Yeah.
hey, open and shut, buddy. We're not going to worry about appeals. We're not going to worry about this and that. Oh, well, he was temporarily insane, and that's why.
Oh, they love to use that one.
Wrong answer. Guess what? If he's crazy and we kill him, hey, he won't even know we killing him.
Yeah.
Hey, Arkansas is dealing with that right now.
Really?
About what?
Remember a couple years ago when they killed they put to death all those inmates down there, and over like a 2-week period, they put like 11 of them to death or something like that. To get rid of their medicine was about to expire. Well, now one of them came out that like his DNA wasn't on the weapon used.
Oh, no kidding.
They already put him to death in 2017.
Oh, wow.
Liddell Lee.
Whoops.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have proof, man.
Right, absolutely.
My thing is, why do you have evidence out there that's not tested? Like, you test everything before you put somebody to death.
Well, you've seen out there how they work sometimes. It's ass backwards. So.
All Our justice system needs a complete reform.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Top to bottom.
Yep.
Feel me?
I feel it.
Feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah. So, what you got for me, Rex?
All right, go to our Facebook page, give us a like. You have any questions, comments, ideas, you can email us at eviltransgression@gmail.com. Dustin?
You can go to eviltransgression.com. Check out all of our links. Patreon, Facebook, Threadless, whatever you want to find on there, you can find. You can read our blogs.
Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
So-
just go to our website.
Yeah.
We've got pictures.
We got links.
There's letters.
There's a tip jar.
And yeah. You can send us a message.
Yeah. Or 2 messages or 3.
Yeah, you can. You never talk about that. Like, if you scroll down on eviltransgression.com, there is a section there where you can send us a comment, send us a story, send us a love letter, send us a compliment.
Love letter.
I mean, you can just get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Reach out and touch us.
Reach out and touch us.
But, yeah, buy a shirt, buy a pair of whatever we sell.
Maybe one day a hat, you know.
We'll be on that.
One of these days we're going to have a hat.
We'll be on that.
I believe
Shut
you.
up, Rex.
So, we have, what do we have, Dustin? You forgot a little something here.
All right. On this week's episode of Evil Haters, we
Evil
have
haters.
You got to be like, evil haters, and then someone should be evil haters. We need a different intro. First of all, you got to say, if they don't know what evil haters is, evil haters where we trash the people that trash us.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is kind of petty.
It is, but it's
fun. Yeah.
So
all right. We got Lola. And Lola said, the constant silly giggling with the stale face emoji, insinuating that we're not funny and we laugh too much. So,
Wow.
Lola, what I have to tell you is, thanks for the comment. You made us jump up a few spots on the Castbox board
Yeah,
with that
thank
comment.
you.
So thank you. I know you'll listen because, well, I've done that too, and I've talked shit on a podcast, and I still listen to them. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sorry, but the only thing that's coming to my head is you said Lola, and I hear the song, her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Flowers in her hair.
I haven't heard that song in a while. Good stuff.
if you want to be a Lola, hop on. Let us know.
Maybe she was saying that she giggles a lot. Like, oh, when I listen to your show, I do silly giggling.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put that stale face emoji like,
Yeah,
oh,
see that?
they're funny.
That kind of turns it.
At least she didn't put a poop emoji.
Right.
If she left a poop emoji, we'd have been like, you stupid idiot. But
So that's what's happening on my segment today.
Great.
silly laugher.
Yep.
I can't wait until next week to have another one.
I know. We'll get them.
Yep.
Even Mom's going to really love this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why they're our favorite.
I'll stick Kenny on all of them.
Yes.
My guy Kenny. Kenny's my G.
Yeah, he's going to elbow drop him.
Like there's Kenny G and there's Kenny my G. Kenny's my G. All right, enough of this.
I'd say so.
It's time to go get one of the delicious sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Fried peanut butter and jelly.
Dustin's giving us another one. I hate you guys. Okay, so until next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.